Hefe-Weizen Natural Wheat, Dallas Beer Talk. I'm your host, Victor Santana, co-host Drew Beer Wrangler. I can't believe I messed up your name.
What it do, baby boo?
And then the man, the myth, the legend, Ziggy.
Hiya.
And then a special guest to us, to my left, I'm going to say my right. God, I'm fucking up today. Pete.
Greetings.
Pete.
You know, he's the dungeon master from the D&D I've been playing with Ziggy. And one of the funniest comedians in Dallas. I don't care what he says.
The man on the streets.
He's just saying that so that I don't kill his character with falling boulders from the sky.
Or a monster jumping on top of me.
Well, that was a whole other thing.
That was on top of me.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
I don't want to meet next time. Might wipe out our whole party.
TPK. That'd be a good name for a beer. TPK, Total Party Kill.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ooh, like a high
Trademark
ABV
that.
beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of like
Trademark
it.
that. Knock out the whole team. 14%.
Just like really terrifying artwork.
Yeah.
It's the Tarrasque, which is like the end game monster.
Very nice. So Victor, you we had on last week. We had Petticolas on. We
Yes, we
had
did.
on Chad and Georgina.
Georgina.
And she was participating in Pink Boots
Yeah, she was.
Society.
And I went to go support.
Yeah. I
So-
unfortunately wasn't able to make it out, but
I was
yeah,
over there in Oak Highlands. It was, by the way, phenomenal brewery.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. It was a nice setup. You know how I've talked about setups before, where you could be in the city or in the community.
Yeah.
And be a little smaller, but within there, and I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But they're off on Industrial Street,
Mm-hmm.
with all the office buildings. But it's big enough and plenty of space, and they have a bunch of games in there. So it was a nice give and take on that.
Yeah.
They had like a clear goal when they made it, and they designed it the way they wanted. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, they made some good beers too.
Yeah, I met Eric, their sales rep, still there. So we're in communications to get them on the show. You know, but it was back to Pink Blue Society. Samantha, Georgina, and the other ladies. I'm sorry, I can't remember their name. But made a great beer, pale ale.
Paleo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pinky Boots.
Pinky Boots was the name of it, same as the society. But they were out there working, selling shirts. They had raffle games going on. So it was a whole big communal thing. The funny thing about it, side note, when I rolled up there, I had hardcore rap blazing. And I usually do that anyway because I'm like, parking's far away from the brewery.
Yeah.
Parking's right in front of the brewery.
Dang.
So instead of pulling into the brewery, because I had hardcore rap, I went around the block, turned off my music, then parked. Because it was just nothing but a sea of kids and women.
I was gonna say this was a day for women, and you're gonna pull up busting some
Talking about hoochie mama.
some degree. Where my hoes at? You know.
Exactly.
Back that ass up.
Yeah.
I think I was playing DMX. What
Yeah.
these bitches want
Oh,
at the time.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, no, not parking right now. I'm just gonna go around the corner and then stop.
You go inside. Yo, you're that guy early.
What a
God.
dickhead.
You just like stop, pull out like a razor from the glove compartment, shave.
Don't like
Who
leave.
was that uncouth gentleman?
That undisciplined man. But yeah, so I was telling Georgina that she was dying laughing. Because she was one of the people in the front, and I was like, that's Georgina. I was like, that's a bunch of kids. There's a bunch of other women.
Okay,
It's a women
okay.
thing. Yeah, dude, I play this.
Okay.
I got 99 problems, and social etiquette is one.
Oh my God, it's so true. I have no etiquette.
Uh,
But great. It was a great thing. Chad was there. A bunch of people. Pennicolas, Michael Pennicolas was there. It was a bunch of people, man. Great support.
did you say what's up to him?
That's how I went up to him. He introduced me. Chad introduced him to me, and he just like, hey, and they walked away. I'm like, hey.
Playing it cool. Playing it cool.
He was playing cool. He was playing real cool.
Yeah.
No, but Oak Highlands and apparently Pennicolas, they work really close together. As far as the changing the law and the petition of that, they have signs for it and things like that.
Oh, nice.
So great beer, great brewery, good day.
Nice. So I must ask you, Pete, what's your favorite style of beers?
I do have to say I am actually partial to Hefe-Weizens. I like them a lot. I like wheat beers. I don't know, just like it's like drinking a nice, lovely loaf of bread.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm really big on Hefe-Weizens too, so I'm totally on board with that.
I feel like I should like it more than I do, but I like bread. I like carbs. I like the way it tastes.
I love carbs.
But I'm not a big Hefe-Weizen fan. Number one, before I found out about New England IPAs were number one. So they all were trash, and then Hefe-Weizen was right below that. But
I think it's a good time for Hefe-Weizen. It's a nice kind of, it's refreshing. It's kind of got a nice kind of springtime, and we're heading right into spring.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of at this time. I don't know. It's a nice kind of It doesn't
Spring
do
beer?
well in the winter, but like I feel like Hefe-Weizen can go full spring through fall.
Yeah, easily. When it's like a little bit cooler outside still, but
Yeah.
still like on the breaking into
It's
spring.
it's like
definitely.
I feel like a Hefeweizen is a beer that's best enjoyed like outside.
Yeah. I could totally see
That
me
sounds
pounding
fair
down
enough.
one of those like during like a Easter egg
Pounding
hunt.
out one of
Yeah,
those.
Yeah.
Pounding
Sitting
out.
out there,
Pounding
nice
it down.
sun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should enjoy these style beers more than I do. And maybe it's the same thing with IPAs. It was the way they're being brewed and not being as well balanced. I discovered I like more balanced beers.
Yeah, one of the things that got brought up last week was I think Chad was telling us that for those people that are trying to figure out what kind of beers they like, to go and check out and try to find out maybe a particular beer you enjoy, to go check out which hops they use.
Correction,
And
that was
then-
Georgina.
Was it Georgina?
You said that. Correction.
Oh shit! Sorry, I meant Georgina. Did I say Chad? I meant
Sexy.
Georgina. Whoa! I'm a proud member of the Pink Boot Society. Thank you very much. All right, I don't blast that rap within close proximity. So, but yeah,
Just
but
a
yeah.
hope.
So she was saying, find the type of hops that they use for a particular beer, and then see if you can find another beer that has that same particular
Hops.
with it. So
And then see if you like that style. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good idea. I want to start like writing. We have beer journals. Well, I have a beer journal that I haven't really used. I feel like
Yet.
that's a good idea. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's a good idea that like, okay, I like this beer and it has this hops. Maybe what other beers have this hop and like document it and see what goes down the rabbit hole. Petty-colas. They have three different versions or three different ways they made their Velvet Hammer.
take a little variance, kind of.
Yeah, saying they use all the same materials, but they just changed it up a little bit in different processes.
They use those cool runnings as we learned about from the wort.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. But we are a beer show after all, and we do have some mighty fine beers to check out. Do you want to start out with the Hefe-Weizen?
Let's start
Sure
with the
thing.
Hefe-Weizen.
Let's go for it.
Let's pass these.
So nice, warm, toasted studio. We could use a nice,
Yeah.
cool, refreshing beer.
And pass one down to Ziggy, sir.
I got you.
I'll take this
Yeah, I
one.
made a quick run outside and it's starting to get a little warm outside. So if I'm slightly glistening, here.
And then we got big ups to Petty-colas. We got their sniffer glasses right there, logo. Bam, Petty-colas. You're the
right.
best.
Brought to you by Petty Colas. Ziggy, tell us a little bit about this wonderful brew we're about to taste.
All right. It is the #1 wheat beer in Germany and one of the world's favorites. In fact, beer experts call it a masterpiece. In developing this beer, the paulaner brewmasters have perfected a unique technique with yeast suspension, resulting in a uniform, slightly cloudy appearance, consistent quality, and perfect taste. That's paulaner Hefe-Weizen.
Okay, I'll tell you this right now. Don't chug this beer.
Did you,
Don't have to chug it.
did you try to chug that right now? I wasn't even looking.
Yeah. It was like when you go back and watch this, you can see Ziggy talking. Great voiceover, by the way. But my whole time, me red trying to chug this beer. Oh God,
Well, it's thick.
that's what she said.
See, maybe you just should stay away from these pink boots people.
Yeah. Were you dropping a lot of those?
All day. That's what she said.
But
Smells
she did say that we use these hops. That's exactly what you just said.
Right. She said that.
It smells delicious. It actually did taste good, man. It
Yeah.
tastes really good.
It does have like a very nice kind of like, it does have that bread smell to it, you know? But yeah, I think it's definitely a good kind of springtime beer.
You know what? I might find my first Hefe-Weizen I like.
Yeah.
Like, this is really smooth at the end.
It's very lightly hopped.
Yeah. It has a
Kind of
nice.
get a little bit more. It's really, you can get more like kind of coriander than hops out of it, kind of.
I wish I could say I definitely know what you're talking about, but I agree. Yes.
It's definitely, and it's not too bitter. So I know you're not a big fan of bitterness.
No, I'm not a big fan, but I feel like everything works together. It
Real
still has
balance.
that little off taste that I don't like about Hefe-Weizens, but it all culminates together. And
Well, yeah, I
works
guess
together.
that's a good question that I don't know about. This is whether or not it's pasteurized, because it is an import. And I think
They usually have to, right?
they have to in America, but I don't know whether they have to for all imports. And or I think that it's getting more lax. There are a few
Pasteurized beers.
pasteurized beers, but I do wonder if that's part of it, because it's the
Because it's not supposed to be pasteurized. It's supposed to have like the still organisms.
yeah, it's supposed to
alive.
still have some of the most Hefeweizens supposed to have, at least they leave the yeast in. whether it's alive or dead.
I know Drew's talked about it before, and maybe that's why I again don't like Hefeweizens here in the States. Maybe most of them are pasteurized. Maybe I will like it when I go visit Germany. When DBT go visit Germany and try.
That's right. Going overseas, international beer talk. Trademarked.
It is brewed and bottled exclusively in Munich.
You got that one.
So Pete, you have you any trouble for any of your comedy, for any of your jokes on stand up?
I mean, I ended up hosting last night, which was, I don't know, I have mixed reactions with hosting. It's always you remember the bad. That's the whole problem. Is that bad things you will remember forever,
That's
and
life,
good
though,
things
right?
are just fleeting.
That transitory
gone.
happiness. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I want to do an all offensive set, like grossly offensive. Like I've got my Parkland joke.
Wait, a Parkland joke?
Oh,
Like about the hospital?
No. The Parkland,
Florida.
Oh,
It's about all the conspiracy theorists. It's the whole
Yeah.
idea of, all these people are saying, they're crisis actors, and like there's that one kid, David Hogg. He comes out, he's like, oh, I'm not a crisis actor. And on the one hand, you believe him, but on the other hand, they should have picked a different spokeskid for that message, because David is suspiciously handsome. He's like well coiffed. He's got like this perfect jawline.
Well, quite.
And like he is an actor, like on the side, like he's in like current plays and stuff.
I am not an actor. Wait until I get paid for
I'm
acting.
not a crisis actor. I'm just a regular actor.
Thank you.
Just the normal kind.
It's like, no, he's not a crisis actor. He's just a gorgeous victim.
Yeah. I'm a beautiful, beautiful man.
I'm glad I shut the fuck
Which
up.
is very weird for me to be saying this because I'm not sure if he's 17 or 18.
Oh my god! Exactly what I was going with that. Thank you.
It's not a matter
Did
of
not
it
say
being
this
like
time.
gay.
No, not the gay, but
because
just he's a
sexuality
kid.
is a spectrum, like autism.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I think you're safe. 17 or 18, as long as you bring it back to Texas. Safe. Whoa, right there.
I think Florida and Texas, I think, have probably similar.
Yeah. They got to.
Oh, that was.
We here at Dallas Beer Talk, though, only condone legal, consensual relationships.
Yeah.
And
we
legal
would-
consumption of alcoholic
and
products.
as well.
Yes.
As we, through all of our episodes, we've always
Always
from
21 and above.
from the beginning, we've
From
always been
episode
about and all about that. So nobody checked those lost tapes because
There is no way you can
Burn 'em.
find episode 1.
Burn
Ever. It never existed. It was a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pilot episode.
with the fake set beer you get on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah,
And fake weed.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So for the show today, I was tasked with picking up a beer, and so I picked up the paulaner. But for a little bit, as I was in the liquor store looking, I almost, like as a bit, picked up a pack of O'Douls just to see what you guys would say.
You should have. Oh my god.
or like so St. Pauli's Girl beer also makes a non-alcoholic version, and so I almost got like the St. Pauli's NA, which is what it's called. It's called St. Pauli's NA
Like
for non-alcoholic. Yeah.
or not applicable to our show.
Also, yeah.
You're thinking hard over there.
I'm just about how segue next beer.
All right, so
Fair enough. Your choose.
Okay, so these next beers we've got coming on.
We have invisible beer.
We got invisible here. Yeah, if y'all can't see, just look at that. Ooh, this one is made from the gods' nectar. So these
Beer from the
ones.
Phantom Dimension.
It's Ghost Brew.
So these ones are ones that were given to the show by my barber who gave them yesterday. So we've got a couple of stouts from Prairie, and we also have a Treehouse Brewing Company one, which is East Coast. So get some of that East Coast stuff. So
Where you can't see that ghost can.
the Ghost can, yeah, you can most certainly have some of this Ghost
Nice
can.
Ghost can. Nice invisible can.
Yeah, wonderful.
Where is it from?
So,
Let's go with one of the
It's
stouts.
in Massachusetts. But anyway,
The second it's not New York, he loses
he's like,
all
what kind
interest.
of? But anyway, so we're gonna go with one of the Prairie Stouts first. I've got two different ones. I've got the Coffee Noir and the Vanilla Noir. Any preferences?
Let's flip it. Heads, vanilla. Tails.
All right, coffee it is. All right, so we're gonna go with the Coffee Noir,
Drinking coffee.
which is an imperial stout aged in oak whiskey barrels with coffee beans.
Coffee beans.
Yeah.
It's 11% ABV.
It'll
So
get you drunk.
Prairie and Penny Coast get some really high alcohol, but I just feel like Penny Coast gives you more.
It's gonna be a little taste today, boys. Who's?
Doesn't matter. I don't have any.
It's
germs.
alcohol. It's sterilized.
It smells delicious, by the way.
Especially at 11%, it's sterilized.
It sterilizes everything. That smells wonderful.
It almost like my first. It almost smells a little bit like a red wine. Like
Anybody
it's just
watching
kinda
this, I look
heavy.
like an
Oh, wow.
idiot. Like I just saw myself sniffing, like got my nose all in it. Like
So it has a really chocolatey smell to it.
Yeah. Chocolate. I'm getting kind of little bit of like fruit,
I was gonna say,
Like
it tastes
a-
like smells like black cherry,
like blackberry, like something.
Yeah.
Ooh, like those
a
chocolate
dark
covered
fruit.
cherries,
chocolate covered cherry. There
Yeah,
it is.
chocolate. Like a chocolate cherry almost.
but like dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Let's try it. Salud, guys.
Tasting phase. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good. That's some good stuff right there.
That's nice.
It's sweet.
Yeah. Almost kind of nuttiness, it's almost like a hazelnut coffee.
Sort of, yeah. Like I'm not getting
Yeah.
as much coffee. I'm getting more kind of a chocolatiness, but I do get a little hints of coffee.
Like
It's like a
a
watered down.
hazelnut mocha.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, this guy is on point today.
My inner white girl just came out. Yes.
I think all of us. Yes.
Tell me more. What do you got there? Tell me more.
I think all of our inner white girl just came on that one. Hazelnut chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this press release here, it says that whole roasted espresso beans are added to the barrels in order to enhance the roasted and chocolate malt flavors.
Yeah, I do like I said in the forefront. I kind of get a lot of kind of chocolate notes, but as it kind of finishes out on the back end, I do get that kind of like
coffee, yeah.
that coffee kind of like you're saying, like a sort of like a mocha cream.
Buttercream.
Buttercream,
Put a
you
dead
know.
animal on you.
Yep.
Watch Rush Hour 2. By the way,
That's good.
to get that reference.
So apparently these bottles are, I mean, they're high alcohol, but Prairie out in Oklahoma is pretty. My barber's been telling me about their stouts, and he's like, their stouts are pretty on point.
We had a few of them already.
We've had some. I've tried one of their like double IPAs they have.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad.
The ones we had on here, there was only one here that we didn't like.
Yeah, and that was the no chill.
The No Chill. Oh,
Yeah.
so I put my glass on, you can see my face.
Yeah,
But the No Chill was the only one that we didn't like. But everything else was great, but phenomenal.
yeah, good stuff. We need a rainbow. Phenomenal. But yeah, it's good stuff. We're definitely gonna have to have a little intermediary with the IPA coming up next, but yeah, this is good. Yeah, very good.
So good.
This is like a dessert beer. Like
Yeah.
you just had a nice dinner.
It's like having coffee with your dessert. I feel like you could have like this and maybe like some cheesecake or like
Or
some
chocolate, like a
kinda
chocolate cake.
Yeah, chocolate cake with
That's
this.
I'm pretty sure that's what they call death by chocolate. So.
Back to a side note, we didn't rate the first beer, but we're about to rate the first beer. I'll call the first beer on the house. If it was on the house, I would definitely drink it. That was really good Hefe-Weizen. Not a big fan of Hefe-Weizen.
For me, I'm gonna go ahead and say the paulaner. So we're still working on this rating system. One of them I think we're gonna come up with is like a good poolside beer. That would definitely be a poolside barbecue beer, whatever you want to call it, something like that. That's what I go with. This one is phenomenal, but it's also a babysitter because kind of sip on this bad boy.
You get the full flavors effect on it. Got you.
Yeah.
It could be.
Definitely sipping beer.
Yeah.
So before we rate this, the Prairie one, we're trying to work out our rating system, right? And we basically got the big. It's no like top bottom.
There's no
like,
linear aspect.
It's more
to
of
it.
it's more linear. It's more like widespread. It's not like up and down. So it's like
Kind of like what it's for.
Sort of, yeah. Scenario.
Yes. Scenario like I really love this beer, phenomenal. I really want to drink more of this beer, crushable.
Like easy drinker.
I really don't want to drink this beer,
Drain pour.
I don't mind drinking it
If it was,
on the house.
if somebody bought it for me.
Exactly. So we're working it out. So on that note, how would you describe the first beer?
So what was tier 2?
It's not kind of tier 2 will be like on the house,
What
drinkable,
was the next one?
Crushable.
crushable.
Is this go straight from on the house to crushable?
It's kind of like scenario. Like I want to drink like if it's a
It's sort of MC Escher-esque.
Yes.
Like, it goes here, but it comes around up here.
it sticks around. So how it goes, like I really love this beer. It's a phenomenal beer. You know, I may want to take my time on it, but it's just really good, solid beer, phenomenal. And then you have like, I want to drink a lot more of this beer because it's crushable.
I'd say I'd put as long as it was like outside, I'd put paulaner at crushable.
Like a poolside.
It's a nice I feel it definitely to me all Hefe-Weizen kind of belong like outside. Like it's I'm doing something. I'm barbecuing. I'm at a pool.
Yeah.
It's because it's so refreshing that like if it would feel a little weird to have it indoors. Like I mean, I just like if you got back in from the heat and you wanted something to like wind down and relax.
It's a
all
very
kinda
good
nice.
point.
But it's like it's a whole thing of you're in the sun. You want something. It's a refreshing is the biggest thing.
I agree
It's
completely.
definitely not a poolside beer.
Yeah, this is not.
What we're drinking right now. So then we go with Prairie, which is the coffee Noir.
Coffee Noir.
Coffee Noir. I put that as like Drew put it, phenomenal beer, but I will babysit on it. 11%.
Yeah, this one
Dessert beer.
beer for sure. Really good though. And strong
Tiramisu,
alcohol.
that's what it needs. This would pair very well with the tiramisu.
Because you get the espresso
yeah,
powder
get the
on
espresso both from here and from
The
the
tiramisu. It has a very fluffy creaminess on top.
You're talking to a couple of tiramisu
Fanatics.
connoisseurs. They call them tiramisurs, I think. Tiramisu,
yes.
if you combine the words.
Yes.
So,
I used to make it, so for a long time I would never want to eat it, but I just fell in love with it again.
yeah, I think that's why you named your first dog Ladyfingers.
I did.
Wonderful
my favorite dog. It's Ladyfingers, then my current dog Samantha.
Yeah.
That dog saw some shit.
So Ziggy, what are you thinking about? What would you rate the first two beers?
So I love paulaner. That's usually not necessarily the Hefeweizen, but the paulaner brand is usually what I get when I go to a German restaurant if they have it. And I'm a big Hefeweizen fan in general. And so I would drink paulaner all day. I would crush that.
They have the Doppelbock, and they have the Optimator.
Oh yeah, They have a really good Dunkelweizen that's very good, and they have like a double Dunkel, which is like super dark. And oh man, that's
So you like
when
some
you
dark?
get like a liter of that, and just like
That's not liquid bread. That's liquid pumpernickel.
oh, it's good. It is good.
Is
that
the
will
beer
have you.
that you had the big liter of it?
Yeah, that
it's-
like I had that, and I was like singing Deutschland, Deutschland über alles.
Wait, whose rally were you at, sir?
Oh goodness.
No, but those the big ones that he's talking about, those big Steiner glasses, like that's like par for the course. Like when you're actually at like Oktoberfest, like they're using those big ones. I took a refresher course in Oktoberfest. I actually watched Beer Fest the other day, so I know these things.
We know these things.
Yes, on
Very,
Netflix.
scientific.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, our beer glasses are empty. We have more beers
On
to
that note,
drink.
we love our Polish people. We're very
Always.
historical history.
We're gonna segue on into
We're
another
gonna have
beer.
to like have an apology episode where we drink nothing but Polish beer.
Anyways,
Yes.
we have another beer coming up. We have this is the green from
The Treehouse.
Treehouse, aka the mystery beer. So,
That's what it actually
American-
looks like.
yep.
It's American IPA.
Yes, made with Australian and American hops. This tropical heavy IPA opens up in the glass with notes of hugely flavorful notes of lemon lime, pineapple, orange sorbet, and tangerine. It has a soft but pointed bitterness and a rich, velvety mouthfeel. One of our personal favorites here at Treehouse.
7.5%.
So I saw some girl on one of the accounts that we follow on our Instagram, and give you guys a little bit more. Victor, get over here.
On that note, Kelly Chugs Beer, I have someone who wants to challenge you. Side note.
Real side note.
We were watching some of Kelly Chugs Beer's videos on Instagram. And then a few of our coworkers were like, we could do better.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but what does she do?
it's Chugs beers.
Chugs Beers.
No, so not trying to cast any shade, but she does a lot of like shotgunning some beers.
Yeah.
So yeah, stick it, drink it.
That girl is definitely better.
But so the complaint that one of our coworkers was saying, like, that's all she does, but she's drinking it really slow. You think that's all she does? She drinks them really slow. So she was saying that she could do it faster than Kelly Chuck's beer.
And slash better.
Yeah, better, more grace.
She does it better.
Better. So, but yeah,
Better.
There it is. So yeah, but this one is supposed to be a real good IPA. You see, it's super freaking hazy.
Yeah, like juice.
If you smell it, I'm getting like mango, kind of citrus on the nose.
Definitely some citrus in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong citrus. And I definitely is. Yeah, I think the mango is weird because it is definitely mango. Like is the front of it.
So this is real drinkable. I dare say crushable, but I can see Victor's face. He's trying to figure out what's the big deal. So
Well, I gotta get my bias out of here. First of all, I'm from New York. Not a big fan of Massachusetts.
so that makes all the beer.
Let's be very clear.
Hey, there's a really good brewery. Multiple breweries.
There's nothing
out
good
there.
in Massachusetts.
No, I'm talking about New York. That's where I was going with this. Correction.
Correction.
Talking about New York. But I think it's called Tired Hands is another one. This supposed to have some really good stuff.
Three Nations.
We got Brooklyn Brewery
6
out there.
points or 3 Nations?
6 point.
6 points.
Three Nations.
3 Nations here.
Come on, bro. Come on. But anyways.
Farmers Branch, 3 Nations. We talked about that earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Side note.
So this one to me, like, it's got a really great smell to it. Really aromatic.
It does. It does have a great smell to it.
I like the haziness of it. It's got a bright,
It's
kind
definitely
of
juicy.
little bitter notes, juicy. But I feel like it kind of just dies away real quick.
Yeah, that's like the weird thing, especially with an IPA. Like, it doesn't feel like an IPA because I'm just wondering where the hops are.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bitter.
It's not as hop as I would expect an IPA to be.
The thing for me
That's
is,
why I was confused.
I feel like with the way it smells and the kind of the quote unquote juiciness of it, I expect it to be just a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
So
There's no real.
Well, and or even like just the acidity. Like I thought they would have at least like if they were gonna do like maybe like a weird set like they do sour beers, maybe like a sour IPA.
yeah,
But like there's like it smells stronger than it tastes.
yeah.
Like it's mostly
I think
that
that's
you
my
get the
problem.
aromatics, but you don't get like the flavor compounds.
I think you hit it right on the.
strongly.
I think you hit it right on the nose, man. Pun intended.
What about you, Ziggs? What do you thinking about this bad boy?
It's not super bitter, which is usually my thing with IPAs. Is I don't like that the aftertaste sticks with you, and so I think it's very smooth going down. But it doesn't feel like there is the bite that you would expect.
Yeah.
like that same bite that an IPA has.
Like it's inoffensive, but it doesn't really make an impression. Is the thing.
exactly.
Oh my god, you're just knocking it out with these fucking descriptions. It doesn't have much flavor.
Like there's nothing strongly wrong about this beer. It's just that there's not a lot.
Right
It's
with
like right.
Yeah, it's
I think the thing that I like the most about it, oddly enough, is the smell.
that's the only thing we all like about it.
Yeah.
I think we
It
all
smells
agree the smell
fantastic. It's just that smell doesn't translate.
Doesn't
Exactly, and I think that's kind of like misleading because like if you taste
It's
it
very
like you
full
smell,
on the nose. It's just that
it doesn't taste like
once
it
you
smells.
drink it, it's like, oh, this is like did they add water to the beer that I just smelled?
exactly. This is on the nose. No, I'm really for me how go back to racing. I'll put this like on the house. Like if this was on the house for 7%, like I love this beer if it's free. Like hell yeah,
True.
let's do this.
Yeah.
Is it 7%? Yeah, I
It's 7.5, sir.
see.
7.5.
It says it right here on the can. Ziggy. Can you get a close up? Right here.
Well, you can get close
Right
up
here.
on this invisible can.
Y'all see that? 7% right there.
7.5.
For me, I'm gonna say this is crushable. I think it's being it lacking maybe so much in like the taste and not smelling or tasting like it smells. It's really drinkable, really easy to drink.
I mean, if you want to get really turned, I could see you drinking a lot of it if you didn't particularly care what you were drinking.
Like if it was on the house.
True. Okay, I see where you guys come from.
The whole thing is it's hard to like it's a good beer. It's just it's hard to justify.
I'm sure this. So
How much does this
apparently,
beer cost at the bar?
so apparently this brewery is pretty popping. So I'm sure it's pricey.
Yeah.
They
They're from Massachusetts. They ain't good.
Like it's good. Like I'd play beer pong with it. It'd be great for that.
Oh, facts. Beer pong would be great.
Like anything where you're drinking a lot, like it's inoffensive. It's very
It's
nice for
6%,
that. But
yeah.
it's strong. That actually is kind of an achievement actually. Now that kind of going back a little bit, like I'll actually give them that is that you'd expect with a higher proof beer, you'd expect that it like might be like a little kind of like too strong in some area.
It's heavy.
It's not that heavy. It's nice, light, and drinkable.
No alcoholic taste.
Yeah, it's very.
Crushable.
Yeah, I mean it's crushable, but I wouldn't want to pay to crush it.
Exactly. On the house.
You know what we should do? We come up with like have our guests come up with their own version of their rating.
We could do that, definitely.
Right.
Like, how would you rate this?
So I feel like we got like a lot of like cross. Like I'm gonna double up on this rating, but also include some of that rating. So
Like beer pong beer might be the midpoint of the scale, right? Because
It's that whole thing of it's nothing's wrong, but nothing's right.
post high school beer pong beer because I
Adult-
know because
Adult beer pong beer.
Adult
Be-
beer pong.
because I know high school beer pong beer we were had
Oh yeah,
like
Natty.
Keystone.
Oh, Natty
Keystone,
Ice.
Yeah, some yeah, exactly. Some of
Some
that,
Bud Ice.
yeah, some of the black label Bud Ice, the stronger ones.
Mhm.
But that's bottom of the barrel in terms of
Price-wise.
adult
could-
beverages.
I swear to God, I was at a party one time, and it was a BYOB party that we were throwing. I was helping throw it at my friend's house, and someone came with a 30 rack of Milwaukee's Best, and we made him leave.
Oh my god!
Wow. Come on, it's 30
Bravo to you,
beers.
sir.
It's 30 beers, my friend.
That's really
No.
that's really 4 beers though. If you
It's
think
really
about
two.
it, that really equals 4 beers.
We can put them all together in one cup. It's like 2 beers.
You could have. Yeah, that's bravo, sir. Bravo for kicking him out.
That's offensive,
well
sir.
deserved.
That was offensive.
So let's kill these last little bits. If anybody got anything left, and we are gonna move on to our final brew from Prairie. Again, shout out
Look
to
at that beautiful man right there.
shout out to my boy Pancho.
Big ups to Pancho for donating these beers. You know,
Yes, to the cause.
to the cause. We'll have him on the show soon.
Yeah,
You know?
he's actually gotten everything locked down for Seattle. He's moving out there.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
going to Seattle.
Yeah,
He got a job, right? So big ups to congrats on the Pancho for getting that job, man.
that's right.
Congrats.
So the last one we're gonna do is the vanilla noir. So it's basically same kind of one we were drinking earlier, but the vanilla variant. Still strong as fuck.
What's that ABV? 11.5.
It's even stronger than the original.
That's dangerous. It's no good. I was drinking Red Bull before the show, and I gotta pee really bad. So I've been like shivering, like not shivering, but like moving too much.
Whole lot of shaking going on.
Yes, it has been. But there's a new movie. I was showing Drew the trailer of it. With dogs, like a
Oh, the Wes Anderson.
yeah,
Island
what's
of
that?
Dogs.
Isle of
Yeah,
Dogs,
yeah.
yep.
What's it called?
Isle of Dogs. Yeah.
Isle of Dogs. I want to see that, man. I think it looks good. It looks funny.
It's different. It's interesting. Like I think Wes Anderson is collaborating with a Japanese director.
Yeah, because it has
I
a whole
believe
bunch of
so,
Japanese
yeah.
reference and culture.
Yeah.
Because it's set outside Japan.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of. I guess it's kind of his follow up to the Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's kind of similar stop mo.
Yeah. It has a.
Thank you for saying because I didn't know
That-
it wasn't
that trippy animation.
claymation, but it was
Stop motion. Yeah.
stop motion. There, it's it looks pretty fun, man. It looks good.
Yeah, it
I
looks
like the
pretty
trailer.
good.
I just saw
I
the
like
trailers
Wes
last night.
Anderson a decent amount.
I think the
Made with real dogs.
So
bits of real dog.
Wow.
So I think the premise is they drop off all the stray dogs on an island, right? And
it's a
this is the island.
disease.
Yeah.
Dogs are getting this weird disease, so they take all the dogs that's been diagnosed with disease and put them
Put
on
them
their
on the
own island. And then this kid tries to find his dog that
Yeah.
they took.
Because he wanted to keep him,
Yeah.
even though he's diseased. Gosh, kids.
Yeah,
Which
kids,
brings me to my next question, my question of the week that we can try to discuss as we drink this beer.
We got 3 minutes.
Yeah. So, if you guys were stuck on an island a la Survivor style, what was one thing you would take to an island if you were stranded that you could have of your choosing?
For me,
To me, yeah.
I'll tell you this right now.
Everybody.
Right now, I'll take a shotgun and I'll shoot myself in the face.
We here on Dallas Beer Talk do not support suicide.
Listen, I have no skill sets to help me survive in the wilderness.
Oh, I forgot you're not an outdoorsman. At
No,
all.
I have zero skill
At
sets.
all. Wow. Okay.
I literally have no skill sets. That shotgun for me hunting would be useless. Killing myself, phenomenal.
Like if we went backpacking, he'd bring a JanSport.
Yes.
Oh my god, that guy. He's one of those guys.
Yes, I am.
What about you, Pete?
Probably my machete.
Yeah.
I
Obviously.
have like a machete that's like it's kind of like a hybrid. It's like in between like a hatchet and machete. It's got the big fat front, and so it's useful. Like it's got general machete stuff, but then because of how it's weighted, you can use it more like a hatchet because it's got like the big front end. I think it's like a kind of like the kukri swords that they're using like India and that kind of area.
Yeah.
So it's a utility thing more than it's really like a weapon. But
That's definitely a good one because you definitely have multi-use out of it.
yeah.
Ziggy, what about you? What are you bringing to this island?
So probably the same thing. Kill Pete and take his machete. Well, actually,
You're bringing murder.
there's this. So there's a
Homicide.
machete that they make that's even more like out there than yours, and it's essentially like a machete multi-tool. It's all in like one blade.
Does it come with like
And
a shovel part too?
No, not this one. But it's like a machete that's weighted like a hatchet, but it also has like a hook on the end, so like you can use it to like score branches and things easier and do like more
yeah.
delicate work too. And so I think that like anything like that is very useful.
And as a weapon to kill stuff.
Yes.
I think I got you guys all beat. So if I was going to go on an island,
Shotgun.
dessert,
Porn.
you got,
Satellite phone.
you got coconuts. That's all I'm saying. You got coconuts. No, I'm bringing probably just something real modest. Like I'm bringing like probably like a Walmart Supercenter. And if I could have that there, I should be set for.
Oh, because you were on one of the transport planes, and then the transport plane crashed. And
Yeah.
so anything that you can loot from
If
that.
nobody's ever seen Walmart Supercenters being transported around, they have like 50 helicopters all just flying in one. Yeah, so I'll probably that's what I'm taking.
Those wide load stickers don't do it justice.
They don't need those in the air. Where they're going, they don't need roads. So
What if it was empty? You got the super center, and then it's literally nothing in the super center.
it's stocked?
You
Damn
just
it! Damn it! It's stocked. It's a stocked Walmart Supercenter.
Again, I'll take my shotgun because if I wake up stranded on an island, I'm like, I don't know how to start a fire. I do not know how to gather anything.
Have you been camping once?
No,
never.
not camping.
Like real camping? Never.
Ever.
I've been in RVs and I've been in like lodges.
So
Camping.
I'm not gonna cut you up. Let's. I've tried this a little bit.
Vanilla.
And
Vanilla?
this is definitely. I like this one better.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. It's the opposite of that last beer because it's weak on the nose, but like the taste is really strong.
It pushes it.
It's got a lot sweeter vanilla notes.
Yeah,
to it.
like
Really
once
shines through.
you sniff it, there's no vanilla. You drink it and immediately you get your vanilla.
I feel like I like the first one first.
Okay.
I feel like because I'm still thinking of tiramisu in my head. I'm like, I want dessert with this, but this is a full flavored beer. Like this has like, everything you want in one.
It's kind of I almost get like kind of creamy. It's almost like somebody put ice cream.
The beer makes you
in
creamy?
That beer.
Whoa, whoa! This is a very spicy episode.
Spicy.
Very
We're
spicy.
over here getting messy. You know. Fuck out of here, Ziggy. What's your take on the Prairie?
This might be my second favorite beer of the night after the paulaner.
Okay.
Because when you say the first of these two, the coffee Noir, that you keep thinking of tiramisu, I think that this as a dessert beer just is the dessert.
Dessert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
I
sweeter.
think that it
it's
just
sweeter for sure.
stands on its own as
Yeah,
just
I can
like
see that.
this is all I need.
Yeah, because it almost like tasting it almost tastes like it's got vanilla ice cream in it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
imagine this. I'm going to throw you guys for a loop here. You take the coffee noir and you pour a bottle of it with the vanilla noir, and you have heaven.
You
Where
mix
do
them
you go?
both, and then you put in
Tiramisu.
You have tiramisu.
you put in some vanilla ice cream, and you have a beer float.
Ooh, a beer float.
He just
yes.
next leveled that one right
next
there.
level. Your next level.
Oh man, that's
He's the smartest man we've ever had on this show.
God damn it, Pete.
I concur.
God damn it, Pete. Why you gotta be so smart? But anyways,
That's why he's the best comedian in Dallas.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been an
Unofficial.
awesome episode.
Fight me on it.
Fight him on it. Yeah, we want to shout out to Pete. Thanks for coming on.
Thank
Thanks for having me.
It's been a great episode.
It's been
You can catch Pete and Ziggy in the Backdoor Comic Club tonight, almost every Thursday in the Backdoor Comic Club. You can also find DBT on our website, Facebook, Instagram, and SoundCloud. Check us out anywhere you want. We always appreciate the follows, comments, and stuff like that. Any recommendation for beers, check out, if you're in the DFW area, check out Pete. Thursdays and this weekend, Saturday. You guys do the late show on Saturday?
Both shows on Saturday.
Both shows on Saturday?
Backdoor Comedy Club.
Backdoor Comic Club. Everybody have to be careful. Oh, the Texas Festival. That's Big Beer Fest.
Big
What's it called?
Texas Beer Fest. No.
If you're in DVW, Texas Fest, whatever it is.
Big Texas Beer Festival.
Thank you. Check it out.
We'll
Love
be there.
you guys.
We'll be there.
We'll take pictures. Everyone have a good weekend. Be careful. Peace.
Go Rangers.
No.